And hello, everybody. Welcome back to RFC News. Again, here to react to Hibernian nil, Rangers nil. And that was probably, domestically, the worst performance I've seen from Rangers under Danny Rule so far. We're in the January transfer window. I've been saying it for the majority of the January transfer window. And whilst I appreciate that we are trying to get some quality in terms of strikers, we really need forward players. Creativity is just going to cost us this season. It truly is going to cost us. If we want to go on and win this title, we need to, over the next 2 days, get a few more players that can actually create in open play and people that can put the ball into the back of the net. That first half, the whole game was dreadful, and I would put a bet if we could have played for another 90 minutes, we wouldn't have scored a goal. Apart from the moment where Mikey Moore's goal was chopped off for offside, nothing, absolutely nothing from a Rangers perspective that we created. And that should be a huge concern, not only to Danny Rule, but to the Rangers board going into these final few days of the January transfer window. Now, I appreciate it's always very hard to get quality in the January transfer window. I understand it's complicated. But is Cameron Archer going to be the antidote to our problems? Probably not. We need quite a lot, and that game there today just showed that even more. That we really, if we don't have the set piece threat, then from open play we can't create anything. It was really poor. We actually looked quite tired at times as well, which again we could probably talk about. Should he have rested certain players in the game against FC Porto? For example, Raskan. We should have probably played the fringe players in the Porto game and then rested everyone for the Hibernian game. Well, it sounds right in theory, but the players look tired a lot of the time there as well. And that's going to cost us a little bit, I think. We've just gone 6 points behind Hearts now in the league table. And we're also now, Celtic are currently winning at the time of recording. They will likely win. I think they're 2-0 up. So we'll likely win that game. They go ahead of us in the table. I'm going to get some more reaction on this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go on social media. People are not happy, are truly not happy with that performance. And yeah, let's get some reaction from the manager, players. I'll get some reaction from you in the live chat, guys. But as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. So as you can see, Rangers versus Hibs. Let's get a little reaction from X. Manager showing his inexperience once again. Thursday night should have been a game for every fringe player, yet Raskin, etc. played and showed it today. Players look knackered, and even Bayrami goes to the cross near end. 7 Hibs players in the box, and not one. To be fair to Hibs, I thought they were a lot better. I'm surprised they didn't score in that first half, actually. Let's have a little look here. That was pathetic. Hibs and Rangers number from the 20-minute mark. There was space to get in behind in the second half, so bringing on Bayrami for Skovoskin baffles me. I've been watching Hibs v Rangers. Kai Andrew comes on in the 10th minute due to Miguel. I think that's about Hibernian. But you can see a lot of fans not happy. The worst Danny Rule side have looked domestically, save Mikey Moore's offside. They never looked like scoring. The lack of open play creativity remains a concern on a day where a set piece for it. Exactly. It's that creativity. It just doesn't feel like we're going to create anything from open play whatsoever. And that's the frustrating thing. And that's why I'm concerned about our transfer activity, because one player is not going to solve it all in this window. We've been on a really good run domestically, but we've come to a point now we do need to add some more quality. And I'm scared that the January transfer window won't be enough time to do that. I don't think January is a good time to do that, which is fairly worrying if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's have a little look at what the players have said. This was Jack Butland.
Jack, it feels like a disappointing day for Rangers. How do you assess that?
Yeah, look, I think in the end it's a point that we have to take because we weren't good enough. Wasn't the greatest performance at all. I gave away far too many opportunities and in the end lost a bit of control of the game as well. So it was not the greatest performance from us. Things that we have to learn and be better at. Yeah, we don't know how that word is, but it's a point we're going to have to accept and move on to Wednesday really quickly, get back on the horse and win again.
What do you put that down to?
Maybe we'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at it and we'll decide some things. There was some opportunities we gave up in the first half where we can defend better. Lots of opportunities in the second half where we could have got our noses ahead and sort of put an end to that and get ourselves ahead in the game. And we didn't show enough composure in the final third towards the end. And the game ended up as a bit of basketball, and it could have gone either way. So we can't say that we did enough to win the game. No, we're not happy that we've taken a point, but we're going to have to accept that.
Is that a disappointing factor then, that you've got yourself back into the title race, and today could have been a big 3 points to take? And it's as if maybe the players stood still a little bit looking back as opposed to trying to be proactive and going after the game?
No, I don't think it's that. Look, we've been 14 points off this year. We've got ourselves back in a title race, and we still very much are in that title race. We're not going to look at today as being a defining moment. People write what they like about the game. We have to be better, and we know that. But we know we've got a lot of games to come that we're looking forward to. Dust ourselves down after this, accept the things that we need to do better, and beat Kilmarnock on Wednesday.
Is it important then to get a game very quickly to try and get that out of the system and get back to winning ways?
We've been doing it all year. Thursday, Sundays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, whatever it might be, we've been doing it all year. It's about recovering. It's about taking from the game what you need to take from it. We're going to have to accept the result, but we need to get back on it and go and win another game. It's just part of being here at the football club. Demands are always high. Demands to be asked of you physically. We need to go and do that on Wednesday night in a few days' time.
Thanks very much for your time, Jack. Thank you.
Now, yeah, I mean, they're a disgrace, really, to be fair. The players were a disgrace in that game. There is zero positives to take away from it. I can diagnose it. Lack of creativity, lack of quality within the midfield, lack of quality up top. But we've had the whole of the January transfer window to try and sort this. We know we've needed a striker going into January, and we need to make sure that we get some quality additions. And I don't think Cameron Archer is going to be that. Look, I like Danny Rule, and I like what he's been all about. He knows Cameron Archer from his time at Southampton, I think, as an assistant. But again, it doesn't scream quality to me. We've got enough of these players that are just kind of duds. Every time we get someone in January that seemingly looks good on loan, they just turn out to be awful. And I just want some quality, and that's genuinely what we need. Let's see what the manager has had to say.
Of that game this afternoon.
Yeah, I think all in all, the expected tough game. Not easy to come here. We know this from the past. We tried to win this game, but at the end, yeah, I take this point today.
In the first half, the possession seemed quite slow and you were struggling to get through Hibernian. Did that frustrate you a bit?
I think we have to make the difference between the first 25 minutes and then at the end. I think the first 20 minutes we played some good parts of the game. What we missed was then 2 less players in the box. We have to be more aggressive with the runs into. And then we lost a little bit the structure. Then they had a little bit more balls in behind and set plays, and then we lost our control. But this is football. Yeah, I think you have always to come through to these moments in the game, especially when you come to such a place. In the second half, we tried. I think at the end of the game, yeah, both teams tried to win this game. It was very open then. Moments for both teams. Yeah, all in all, I think not the best game, not the best result. But the point on the table, we have to accept this today, and then it's about direction on Wednesday again.
It doesn't leave an awful lot of room for error, does it, moving forward, that you can't afford to keep dropping points when your direct opponents are picking up wins?
Yeah, we have to take wins in a row, but I come again to the full picture. Everyone who expected that we jump over the line to the first position in the 1st of February, sorry for this. It is a way. There's also teams around us. We have to take our steps, our points. 14 games to go. If we take our wins, then we have a good opportunity. I think we close the gaps, not to 0, but we close the gaps since I'm here, and there's no question mark. We have the spirit in the group. We know where we are. We know in which direction we want to go. But it's about the steps forward, and sometimes, and this is hard, and I know this because we want to win games, we are Rangers, but on some days you have to accept that you take a draw away in Hibs against a team who beats Hearts here, who beats Celtic here, and this is what is right for us. Yeah, we will be on front foot, we will fight for the next points. It's always about the next games in this league, and if you do this, then we will see.
Every point that is dropped from the top 3 clubs is going to be magnified and analysed. How important is it, or how important is your role to stay calm and balanced with the players?
Yeah, this is my job to give the honest view to my boys. I think last week the other 2 teams dropped points and we won. This week we dropped with a draw points. I think the problem is not that you take a draw. The problem is that you come from behind with 14 points. And I think this is also what we have to understand. For us, it's about close the gaps. And if you're on the last match there in the right position, then we can speak about this. Not yet.
One final question. The transfer deadline day shuts tomorrow. Will you be a busy man tomorrow?
Well, let's see. I will wait. I think my phone will be on. But let's see what we do finally.
You spoke about final third. Would you like another attacking player?
Yeah, final third is always about scoring. I think this is a part what I said in the first half especially. We had 2 less numbers. I think this is also what we have to take as a group, more responsibility to attack the box. In some moments we have good opportunities, but then we have just 1 or 2 players in the box, and this is what we have to do as a group better.
Thanks very much for your time, Danny. Thank you.
Well, the reality is that we definitely do need a new striker. That's it. Quality attacking players. It's simple as that. Again, it's going to be unforgiving. Celtic have overtaken us at the time of recording this live stream. I think they've got the job done pretty much at Falkirk against Falkirk at Celtic Park. However, it's still fairly close. But to deny that this is not a missed opportunity is pretty wild. It is a missed opportunity. Definitely, we should be beating Hibs. Hibs are been pretty poor so far this season. I don't like to make it about others, but Hibs aren't that great, to be perfectly honest with you. So, and looking at their starting 11, they've just sold one of their players, good players as well. So yeah, it is disappointing, I'm not going to lie, but looking at our upcoming fixtures, we haven't got the Europa League to worry about anymore, so there is no excuses. Reality is, if we win all of these games here, I would go on and say that we'll go on and win the league title. If we win these games, but a lot hangs on the balance tomorrow with the transfer market. Is Cameron Archer going to be enough for Rangers? I don't think so. I think we needed more quality up the top, and I appreciate it's very, very hard in January to get business done. But, these games coming up, we need to be winning those home games. But going through it, there's some tough ties here. But if we drop points in any of these games, I think the league's over. I genuinely do. Look, appreciate one's a cup. But okay, Kilmarnock, home game. If you're serious about a title, home games you have to win no matter what, right? Going to Motherwell, Fir Park. Going to be a tough game away from home against Motherwell. Look, we'll see. If we want to close the gap, we have to be Hearts. There is no draw as always a good result. At Ibrox, we have to be Hearts. And the same said about Celtic. So I'm on the idea here. We have to win all of these games here to win the title. And of course, then there's the post-split games as well. But for us to be in with the mix and be in a good position, we need to win every single game here. That's just the reality that I see right now. But guys, that's enough for my match reaction. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on that game down there in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. Oh, shit. I forgot to go to the chat. Is there anyone in the chat? 2 seconds. Sorry. I'll have a look to see what people are saying. Sorry. 2 seconds. Just give me a moment. Let's get some people's chats up. Edward says, "For you, we're going to wipe all in front of you." Yes, I know. I'm gutted. Look, to be fair, I've not been on the idea of saying that we're just going to wipe the floor at all. I do think Hearts are the favourite. I said Hearts are the favourite to win the title. But if Rangers want to win the title, they need to get some attacking players. That's it. Shit bust. Gerald says, "Lucky to get a point for getting the league. Not scoring, if not for Butland, would be in 6th place. So disappointing." I understand. I understand. I agree with this point here. Curtin says, "Never mind Archer. We need to go for Manawasi. It's a no-brainer. Plus, it weakens the opposition. Exactly. How can people not see that? I think Blackburn submitted a 1.5 million bid, but there's rumors of us going for this player, that player, and this player, and that player. We're getting 2 million potentially for Rory Wilson as he's going to Hoffenheim. There's your transfer fee. Use that money that's just coming out of nowhere and freaking buy him. That's what good Rangers teams used to do. Take off the opposition. Take off the other teams within the league. And yeah, let's see. I don't know why we're not going for this player. I don't understand it. It's truly weird and mind-boggling to me, perfectly honest with you. But guys, that's enough for now. I will keep you up to date. There's going to be a lot of developments over the next day or so with regard to transfer news. So do make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. Hopefully we're in for a busy one. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date as the day